Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Start of this video again with the important information. Do at your own pace. Astrology for beginners. 16 astrology classes, 40 plus hours of lectures, and 1 hour free appointment. Can you believe? Yes. Click in the link in the bio and you will get all the information. And now let's come to the point. Video you are waiting for, Venus. Long time you have not seen any transit for the Venus, but now finally leaving the exaltation sign, leaving the Rahu, Venus is going to move in the sign of Aries. And we will go into this, Venus analysis step by step, including nakshatra even. So let's welcome Akashji for all 12 ascendants and signs, what his research is,
Namaste,
bringing forward.
Rohit ji. Thank you
Namaskar, Ram
so
Ram.
much. Yes, the research, more than research, Rohit ji, this is a transit that is happening, and after a long time, Venus is going to become. See, it was from 31st of March till this time, and 31st of May, March, February, March, April, May, 4 months in exaltation. Now, just imagine now it is transferring from 31st of May till 29th of June. So fast, it will just move from one sign to Taurus. So just imagine the cosmic order, how it works. Now, let's get into it. We will discuss about this. Venus is transiting into Aries from 31st of May 2025 to 29th of June 2025. Before this, I would like to tell the relationship between Mars and Venus. Very important because this is the house of Mars. There are three nakshatras in this sign, that is Ashwini nakshatra, Bharani nakshatra, and Kritika nakshatra. Ashwini nakshatra is the nakshatra of Ketu, which is a very good friend of Venus, because not even friend, like it considers Venus as guru, because earlier, before it made Jupiter its guru, after he came into the Devta clan, before that Swarna Bhanu was the Venus was the guru for them. Second is Venus's own nakshatra, and third is the nakshatra of Sun. These are the three nakshatras which will be transiting. Now, there is going to be small thing that I want to discuss between the relationship between Mars and Venus. Long before, when men began tracing their destinies by the stars, the heavens themselves were on a stage for a far older drama. The drama, the fight between the eternal tussle between the Devas and the Daityas. When the Asuras encouraged their Guru Shukra, the planet Venus, won a string of victories, the celestial balance title. Indra's banners were torn, the Gandharva's instruments fell silent, and even the mighty Brihaspati conceded the gods needed a new strategy because they were failing every time. Lot of gods were dying, and this is all, Rohiji, when Samudra Manthan, the Amrita was not distributed. Shukra's brilliance was never in brute force, but in Shastra and Mantra. He possessed the fabled Mritya Sanjeevani, the mantra, the hymn that could revive fallen warriors. That means even bring them back from death. Sanjeevani Vidya. That means anyone Venus can bring to life. And that's why Venus is the life giver planet on this earth. If you look at Venus, Rohitji, it is the planet called Shukra, and Shukranu is the sperm and the egg of the woman, because that is where the life starts. So life-giving ability, Venus has the life-giving ability here. His armies lacked a commander who could over-maneuver the Devtas in open field. In a rare moment of humility, he decided to seek counsel from the Red Warrior who rode a ram across the night sky, Kuja, Mangala, or the planet Mars. Because this is coming from a very, very great Shastra, the Skanda Purana. That's why the name Kuja is given too many times here. Legend says Shukra crossed the cosmic ocean and found Kuja in Skanda's forge. That means in the area related to Skanda or Murugan, or we can even say Lord Kartikya. Lord Kartikya and Lord Mars and Lord Hanuman are no different. They have the same energy altogether. And all are related to Lord Shiva. Where sparks flew like meteors and every anvil stroke rang with the roar of battle. Kuja greeted him curtly, polishing his spearhead until it gleamed like a dawn. he was very surprised that, oh my god, how did Shukra, the deity, the demons god, demons guru, has come to me, and in this area where there is so much havoc, because wherever Mars is, it's too powerful, too intense areas. Shukra, he says, O Lord of iron and fire, I come not as an enemy today, but as a student. Teach me the science of formations, the art of pressing an advantage, the secret by which every smaller army can win at a warfare. Less people, big winning. Kuja, that means Mars, says, you seek Yuddha Vidya from the field marshal of gods? Remember, teacher of Daityas, my loyalty stands with Dharma first and deity second. So my Dharma is towards God only, and you are a deity. I know you are Shukracharya, but for me, you are always second. Shukra bowed in respect that nevertheless he knew that in war, knowledge could be sharper than any blade, and that is the very big lesson in life. We do quarrel, we do a lot of fighting, but war is not the situation. Knowledge can be very big in war. That's why I always keep saying, improve your knowledge, do higher education, do higher learning. This is what also, look, Shukracharya himself is going for knowledge to Mangal. Kuja, that means Mangal Devta, bound by the ethics of Kshatriya, saw no sin in explaining the principles of combat. So long as he withheld the decisive edge, he knew that I have to make my boundaries very clear, but it is no harm when he's come for me for help, and I should, give him some ideas. Why not? For 7 nights, they walked the perimeter of cosmic furnace while Kuja spoke of the Vajrakrama, a wedge that cleaves the army like Indra's thunderbolt. That was number one thing that uh, Mars explained to Venus. Then the Garuda Vyuha, a soaring formation that can envelop and throttle, like how the formation happens in an army when there is less people. In fact, Rohiji, this Garuda Yuva is also used by Indian Army. I have seen there is, if you Google, if you YouTube it, you will see Garuda Yuha in the Indian Army. They form like a Garuda, like their wings, and then they charge. So it looks like a bird is, snatching or, trying to bring everything in. And the moral code that a true warrior must never strike the unarmed nor betray his sovereign trust. This, what happens is because a lot of these demons, what they used to do when the sadhus, the rishi and the munis used to do tapasya, used to do penance, that time they used to, do parakram, that means do kind of war with them. And they are small rishi munis, they don't have any arms and amenities with them. They are just sitting there with havan samagri or maybe the homam samagri, so they cannot fight. But this was the trick of Kuja, to tell him that no one can strike the unarmed nor betray his sovereignty. That is the moral code of a Kshatriya Dharma. Shukra listened, memorized, and thanked him. Yet before just departing, he asked for one more favor. Remember, Shukra, Lord Venus is the most intelligent of all. He said there is a rumor of an Astra forged the first from the first spark of creation, a flame no water can quench, no mantra can stall. Reveal that to me, and the Daitya shall crown you friend. So he played very nicely. He said that, and you know what happened, Rohiji? So when the whole world was being created, that means sun was in extreme power. It was in so much power that Lord Vishwakarma came, and it actually cut little bit of Surya's edges so that Surya can become a little bit of more, rather than spreading too much, it can have sharp edges so that it can contain to itself. And it is said that the Sudarshan Chakra as well as the Lord Shiva's Trishul was all forged, and all the forgery of all the weapons for all the deities were done from the energy of the Surya. That's why it's the king of all the 9 planets. It's of, of the solar system. It's not a small thing. Surya, as a the tejasvi, the teja, the illumination of Surya is unbearable, and that is what Lord Vishwakarma, and he's talking about same, that kind of a energy which only Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, and Lord Brahma knew. Even Mars did not knew. Mars could use it, whenever there was some kind of a time for him to use, but otherwise he also didn't know anything about it. So here, Mars, his eyes blazed very hotter than the forge. He became very angry because Mars is the planet, Rohiji, which becomes angry very, very quickly. On everything, he becomes angry. And he said, the weapon you seek is Agni Astra. And Agni Astra is not the Agni, the fire. It is the fire of the sun, bound by divine oath. To unveil it against the god is to surrender the law of heaven. I will not betray the side that upholds Ratra. This is what it means. RTA. Tra. The cosmic orders. Ra means the cosmic order, the big, the invincible set of rules that keep everything working the way it should. This is that Tra. This is the most important word when it comes to the Skanda Purana. The Tra means it is the, we can say, the yin yang energy, or the energy, the universal energy that controls the whole universe and cosmic order, which makes sure that the gravitational pull is never ever disturbed, which makes sure the planets always revolve around, which makes sure that there is law of karma. Everything that goes around comes around. If you do bad things will come to you. Here, he says, seek it elsewhere, Shukra, but no. Knowledge stolen in breach of dharma always turns on its wielder. So he made sure that, you came here to trick me, but don't try to act smart. If you try to lose this knowledge, it will work against you only. So again, another learning. If we try to betray other people by using their knowledge, or using their, what do you say, if they have done something great in their life, or they have done something very positive in their life, or we take credit of other people, exactly this is what Mars says. Knowledge stolen in breach of dharma always turns on its wielder. So 100% remember, never ever take other people's knowledge away. AI created one nice video photo for me for Mars and for Shukra. Look at Mars looking awesome. I made him Roman Mars. And this is Venus, Roman Venus. I said, let's have some change. With a more coat crown for holding. This is not fun. Shukra, the ever pragmatic, realized further persuasion would be very futile, and there can be, a lot of disappointment, or maybe a warlike situation between me and Shukra, me and Mars. I want Mars on my side, because the way he explained me three, four, five tricks related to how to do battle, this is where, he is a very useful personality. And also he knew back of the mind that Mars and I am are no different. We are all, from the lineage of Lord Shiva only. So that means we are something that has to be, we have the same energy, only my role is different and his role is different. He left with valuable tactics, but without the ultimate fire. And in the next great clash, his armies advanced brilliantly because of the knowledge that he got, only to be checked when Indra, Devta, countered with thunder that Kuja himself had taught him to harness. The war returned to stalemate, a draw, preserving cosmic equilibrium. No one but Dharma always wins. It was a draw. There was a draw of the match, but Dharma always wins. Roji, here is what we have to understand, that whenever we see these stories, they give us very great life lessons. What do you think, Roji, about this story? Do you think that it makes, yeah, tell me.
I listened this story for the first time, and I know the stories make you, more easy to resonate the things, because telling Venus is going here and there in this sign, that sign, this is easy. But when you listen this type of stories, which you nowhere listen or nowhere you can read in real life, so this makes more easy, which take you closer to the planets and their working also. So this is beautiful, I think, and that's why from day one we are, collaborating stories with our transits. So real astrology should come out other than these transit videos.
Because if we know the relationships of planets, we can know the results that we are supposed to get during this transit, which is very extremely important here, Rohit.
Yes,
Now,
most of the people, uh, try to learn the planetary combinations, that Venus and this is enemy and this is. Then they again forget why Venus and Mars is enemy, friend. If you know the stories, you will never forget that why they are friends, why they are enemy, and why they are neutral to each other. Because in Shastras, so many things. Some say Jupiter and Saturn are neutral. Some say Jupiter and Saturn are enemy, and some say Jupiter and Saturn are enemy.
Friends.
Now what you will, how you will recognize this thing, because different text, different writers saying different things. But when you will go into logic, that Jupiter is a Gyan and Saturn is a discipline, and knowledge is not possible without discipline, and discipline is impossible without knowledge. So both are, very much
Much into
together. Though both are combination is very good. So I think in my real sense I see they are very much neutral to each other. You know,
And same way for Shukra also, Rohiji. When we move forward here, see the energy of Mars is like very aggressive, very thunderbolt energy. And for the Shukra, it is very golden particles, very beautiful energy. So when we see this is a dynamic which we have to learn and we have to understand so that we can make sure that we have clarity in our mind. Now the attribute of the cosmic role of Mars is guardian of righteous warfare, courage, and discipline. Okay, the elemental nature is of dry fire and Agni. The ethical bliss is that stands with devas and codes of Kshatriya. So it is a very, very important planet for all the Kshatriyas. That's why Kshatriya they take blood oath. They take oath of the blood because they cut their hands and they this is the Kshatriya blood and I take oath here. Here planetary friendship, if we see, looks treats Venus as neutral but not friend, not foe. Like it says, okay, it is neutral. I don't care. I have to give you a Kendra Sthana, so you are very neutral to me. For Aries ascendant people or Aries people, if you see the relationship for second house and seventh house are both Marakas is Venus, but again dharma, dhana, money, and also what do you say, your relationships are ruled by Venus. So if you see that Venus is very neutral when it comes to Mars. For Venus, it is counselor of desires, alliances, regeneration, diplomacy. Especially regeneration means regeneration of human race is only possible with Venus. Same the elemental nature, how powerful, like Agni elemental nature of Mars. Here the elemental nature is moist, that is Jala, like very sheetal, like water. Sympathetic to Daityas, values free will even in opposition. It says free will is the biggest game, and treats Mars as neutral also. That's why they could spend 7 days only together, not 7 months. So they 7 days they found out that okay, this is okay, no enemy, no friendship, no enemy, no friendship. Let's be just acquaintances in this cosmic system. We are colleagues, we can say that. If you see dynamic and myth in astrology about all these planets, neutral but complementary, raw force plus nuanced strategy. Secondly, if you look at the elemental nature, very steam. What is water and what is fire? When fire and water are combined, it becomes steam. Exactly, right? That kind of steam is what, when these both people combine, happens. Passion and creativity when balanced, scorch mud or extinguished flame when imbalanced. So it depends on how, where your Venus and Mars are placed. Third is mutual respect. Yes, Rohit, tell me something, you want to say
one
something.
more important thing, we decode Venus and Mars in very, different way. But I think it should be decoded in the way in which chart it is. If Venus and Mars together in the male chart, this is disaster because your wife will always fight with you. But if this is in female chart, this is very good. She will get money from husband because Mars is husband also. So it
Exactly.
depends in which chart this is. This is also very important.
Every chart is like a thumbprint, Rohit. It is different. It has different idea. What the purpose, what we are doing, why we are making this, to make you understand that, understand the if you understand these dynamics, you know that what kind of results when Mars comes to the house of Venus, when Venus comes to the house of Mars in these nakshatras, what are the results you get. That
And
is what.
both planet, I think if we see Kalpurish Kundli, Venus is second house lord, that is Marka again. And if you see the Venus chart, Libra chart, then eight number in second, then again Marka. Both
Exactly.
has make each other Marka to themselves.
Because Ruchi, the
So
mutual respect is there. The mutual respect is there. They have given Kendra Sthana also to one
yes,
of
yes,
them.
yes.
They have given Kendra Sthana. So mutual respect is there. That means neither blindly hates each other, but their loyalties differ. Or Mars says, my loyalty will never change towards Daityas, and your loyalty, Venus is my loyalty will always be with Daityas, because that is the cosmic role I have been provided. And if you see, finally, they neutrally explains the measured cooperation in legend. So whenever they are supposed to come together for a task, they will come together and finish the task and even achieve great things there.
And Akash, if you see this Venus Mars combination in the chart of film stars, big film stars, you find that they are action heroes. Venus film industry, Mars is, I can see this in the Bachchan Saab's chart, Amitabh Bachchan in the eighth house. You
Yeah,
see
you don't
how
have to go so far. My wife has Venus and Mars together. So
okay. So she is
you don't
getting
have to
money
go that far.
all the
You
time.
can see in my house only what is happening. Anyways, coming back. So Rohit, this is the dynamics of Mars and Venus. I That's why I tell everyone to subscribe so that you can learn these kind of stories, which you will maybe other astrologers are very good and they are doing something, but I
Yes.
don't know what pattern are they following. But I am very ready to bring stories from the Puranas, because I don't think so someone will take 8 big books of Skanda Purana and read it and find this story. No, it is because it's a collective overall life. Bachpan se we are like, from childhood we are learning this, so that's why we know. Anyways, moving forward, let's move to the Rohitji science. Yeah, let's move to the science and tell everyone how is it happening. First, I'll tell you astrology at your own pace. Astrology for beginners. You will understand what astrology is, how astrology works, what are the Vedic stories behind it, what does the Shastra says, what does the Purana says. So you will see all this, and you can do it at your own pace. After that, we can talk for 1 hour. Thank you. For Aries ascendant people, from 31st of May till 29th of June, Venus will be finally out of exaltation, and enter into the sign of Aries, where it will first transit into Ashwini Nakshatra. Now, being 7th house lord in the Lagna, aspecting the 7th house is a very great news, because whenever the Kendra lord is in the Kendra, it is a benefic placement for you. If there is any possibility of you to get some kind of health care, especially healthcare related to your body, your mind, your attitude, some mental health issues is going on, you may feel a lot of positivity, because it is the lord of wealth and also relationships coming into the ascendants. You will take a lot of initiatives here, even to heal, because Ashwini Nakshatra, where Venus transit into Aries, the Aries on a larger level, Venus is very good aesthetically, very good when it comes to spending money, adding luxury, very good. But when we go deeper into nakshatra, in Ashwini Nakshatra, the main purpose of Venus here will be healing, and especially Venus is related to beauty, related to your skin, related to your body. So some kind of great healing is seen. If you're any surgery related to dental, any surgery related to genitals is scheduled here in this month, you will see that there is success in those things. So very positive. Later, Rohitji, 13th of June is where Venus will enter into Bharni Nakshatra. Something has happened, Rohitji, in the cosmic system. Mercury super fast. Venus has become super fast. Jupiter becomes super fast. I don't know what is happening. There is something big event coming. And the reason of making this story was also to understand that Mars is going to be joining Ketu, which is a very fierce force which is happening in your fifth house. So I will make the video for it. So do subscribe so that you do not miss it. But otherwise, Venus enters into Bharni Nakshatra on 13th of June. Bharni is his own nakshatra of Venus, but it is associated again to the Lord of Death, Yama. Like how Ashwini is a very swift nakshatra, the power of Bharni nakshatra is to transform those people who are actually trying for childbirth, actually trying for some kind of, progeny, some kind of reproduction, some kind of expansion in their family, will see great progress. Education wise, there will be great progress. Fear of death. If there is some fear of death or some challenges related to that fear, it may also end. But in many cases, dream patterns can become a little bit of challenging. So that's where we have to be careful about. Bharni Nakshatra is also the nakshatra that symbolizes the female yoni. In this case, the seventh aspect of Venus is also happening on the genitals of the female. If any healing or any kind of procedure is required there, or maybe just a general checkup is required, you should be doing it. On other hand, because Aries is the sign of fierce energy, and it is a Gandanta point also, where Venus enters from a watery sign into fire sign, it it may take a little bit of extra effort to get luxury into your life during this period, okay, during this month. So that's what it's all about. A lot of transformation related to your love affairs or commitment can happen, and it will be in a positive sense, so that is very good. Finally, Venus will enter into Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra is a blade sharp nakshatra. It is the nakshatra of Surya, sun becomes exalted in this house, in the sign, in the nakshatra of Ashwini. But since sun own this nakshatra, and right now Sun is going to be Sun is going to be in this, it is going to be transiting this month to the sign of Gemini. It is in the sign of what do you say, in the sign of Venus right now. So Sun will be in the house of Venus. Venus will be, or Venus, Sun will be transiting the next day, so don't worry about it. There is no parivartana. But here Kritika Nakshatra is a nakshatra which is very, very extremely sharp nakshatra. And this is the time of sharp speech, sharp decisions in relationships, sharp decisions in your own personality. Somewhere there is a great time for manifesting some kind of wealth. Only 3 degrees it will be there, like for 3 days, sorry, also 3 degrees, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 4 degrees it will be there in the first house in Kritika Nakshatra. So this 26th June till 30th of June, till 29th of June, you can see if there is any manifestation that you're supposed to be doing in winning a war, in winning some kind of legal battle, in winning something that has to do with family or relationship, you may find success here. So all the best, guys. Have a great, wonderful time. This is so awesome period when Venus is entering here, and that's why, the story in the beginning, those who have listened to it, they will get clear idea. Also learn astrology on a very nicer way. You cannot miss the story, otherwise you're just watching something over the surface. You will not get the gist, the main funda of it. All the best anyways. There is a WhatsApp link in the description, and those who want to subscribe can subscribe as well. Taurus ascendant, this is Venus's own own ascendant, and Venus is doing a transit. Whenever any nakshat, any transit, any ascendant lord does any kind of transit, there is a little bit of change. Here the ascendant lord, which was exalted, is now moving to the 12th house. Now 12th house is a very, very extreme house, and benefic like Venus, Mercury, Moon, Jupiter do not behave very nicely here. But fortunately for this ascendant, Venus is making a Viprit Raj Yoga, and from 31st of May it will enter into Aries as well as Ashwini Nakshatra. So we cannot ignore the Ashwini Nakshatra Gandanta point here, from where fiery sign to coming, from watery sign to coming to a fiery sign. Is this what this transit is all about? This means that it will be, what happens, just see, Rohitji, when you take something out of water, or maybe, if I saw something very strange, that if a volcano is happening in the water, there is only steam and steam and steam. And this is that house of brain fog. Sometimes in when Venus enters into Ashwini Nakshatra, being the ascendant lord and the 6th house lord, it helps you remove that brain fog from your life. There is possibility that subconsciously, spiritually, as well as you may get lot of help when it comes to your mental health becoming very much better. Some people who are completely anxious, don't know what is the direction they should take, don't know how they will get healed. Here is where you are getting an opportunity to get into your subconscious mind by using yoga, meditation, any kind of pranic healing, any kind of Reiki, any kind of astrology, numerology, Vastu, any kind of things in your life to navigate your life, navigate your next steps in a better way. This is what is happening. On the other hand, if you see Ashwini Nakshatra falling in the 12th house gives you healing. But in many cases, there can be possibility of some health problems coming on surface, which can make you a little bit of scared, because 13th of June is when Venus will enter into Bharani Nakshatra here. Now, Bharani Nakshatra is Venus's own nakshatra and connected with Lord Yama. So there can be, so don't take it in a wrong way. This is called Viprit Rajyog. Viprit Rajyog means extreme things, but nothing happens. Finally, you win. Same time, if you're going through a difficult period or going through Venus Mahadasha or Mars Antardasha or Mars Mahadasha, Venus Antardasha, in such cases, near death experiences or sometimes feeling very, very scared or getting very near death scare can happen, because Bharani Nakshatra is ruled by Lord Yama, and Yama means, you know what Yama means. Yama means the reaper, the god of death. But positively, those people who are in very much fear, very much in isolation, very much in mental stress, they can see that improvement is happening for them. Luxury comes from foreign countries. Those who are expecting to go to foreign country, those who are thinking about workplace shifting to a foreign country, here 6th house lord has gone to the 12th house, made a Viprit Rajyog. That means even in competitions you can become very, very successful. If there's an interview for a foreign country or for a different company, there is a lot of positivity. Lagna lord in the 12th house means that you will feel isolated this this month. The month of June will be a little bit of isolated if you are going through Venus Mahadasha or Mars Mahadasha. Only then, otherwise nothing. Finally, Venus will enter into Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra is the nakshatra of Sun, Surya Dev. And this nakshatra is a very powerful nakshatra when it comes to, ending things. And this means ending enemies. 12th house is hidden enemies. 12th house is fear. Fear, ending of enemies is also possible during this time. And because Venus is aspecting the own sign with the 7th aspect, which is a very wonderful aspect of Venus, workplace, health routines, discipline, as well as there is possibility of new job offers coming from very far distance place or suddenly coming out of the blue. Maybe you do a prayer, finish your prayer and open your laptop or open your mail and you get an offer letter. That kind of beautiful time is happening for all the Taurus ascendant people also. All the best, guys. I hope I'll able to guide you in the beginning. Honestly, if you want to learn astrology, if you want to learn the nature of the planets or why they are like this, why Venus is neutral here, why Venus is not malefic here, you have to understand that story. And if you're not watching that, then this is just half information that you're listening to. 50% of your answers you will get in the story, and 50% I have told you. So if you want more 50%, go there and watch it, or just watch it later whenever you want. But that's a very important thing to understand, the dynamics of planets, stories that will help you understand that why they behave this way with each other and what can we expect when they come to our different houses, what kind of behavior is going to be aspect. All the best, have a great time, see you guys. Gemini ascendant people. Now, when we talk about Gemini ascendant, Rohiji, 31st of May till 29th of June 2025, Shukra Dev will transit. This is the time that it has ended its exaltation in the 10th house and now gone to the 11th house of gains. Very positively, the 5th house lord, the lord of the speculative gain, is gone to the 11th house of, social circle, friends, gains, hopes, every great thing that you can imagine. But only not Aries, because this is not only Aries, it is the nakshatras that play a very important role in any birth chart. Venus is entering into Ashwini nakshatra, which is the nakshatra of healing. And what is this 11th house? The 11th house is the house that is related to your social circle, friends, hopes, dreams. Here you will see that healing is happening. If there is any kind of rift or any kind of problems between friends and friendships, you will see that healing is now happening. You will see that there is possibility lot of inner healing also, which will help you be an extrovert person will also happening. Your energy will be very fierceful. Look at this. Venus has come from a watery sign for a very long time and entered into a fire sign now. This is called Gandanta point. Here, planets transform. Immediate results. If you're going through Venus Mahadasha, immediate gains, immediate social recognition, immediate possibility of even a possibility of travel, because the 12th house lord is sitting 12th from itself. So this immediate things can happen. So let's, fingers crossed, let's be very, very positive and hopeful during this time. If you see, Rohitji, Venus will make the second movement on 13th of June 2025 into Bharni Nakshatra. Now, Bharni Nakshatra is Venus's own Nakshatra. And this time, Venus is the lord of the speculative gains. If things are dying, like things like hope are dying, your wishes are dying, your goals are not getting complete, you will get a new ray of hope. Venus is the planet that is related to regeneration. It will again regenerate that energy and that power into you in Bharni Nakshatra. Like Ashwini Nakshatra is a very swift Nakshatra, that means very fast. Bharni Nakshatra is a Nakshatra of recreation, again bringing back. What is the role of Lord Yama? Yama is the deity of this Nakshatra to take your soul, again put you into a new body, take your soul, put you in a new body. And this is Bharni Nakshatra, Eblis, the vulva of the woman, which means that regeneration. So regeneration of your hopes, dreams, aspires, positivity is going to be seen during this time. In fact, Bharni Nakshatra is Nakshatra where Venus also gives luxury. So here you can expect luxury from your children or luxury coming from foreign countries. So let's hope for the best. Amazing time for you. About your secret relationships and bad pleasures, here Venus also starts new relationships. So those who are waiting for their relationships, amazing time for them as well. This whole month is great. Now, Venus enters into Kritika Nakshatra on the 26th of June. Kritika Nakshatra is a very sharp Nakshatra and it's mixed Nakshatra. It is the Nakshatra of Surya, and Surya in this chart owns the 3rd house. That means it's going to be razor sharp communication that Venus, those people who are going through Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, or Mars Mahadasha, Venus Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, Sukshma Dasha, Prana Dasha, any kind of Dasha, if Venus is coming, in that time you will be very sharp in your communication. That sharpness will show your intellect, show your creativity, because Venus has to manifest the fifth house rules in the 11th house. That means it's supposed to give you creativity, it's supposed to give you appreciation from other people. Very good time for progeny also. If you're thinking of childbirth, this is the time that progeny can happen. You can conceive also, because Venus being the shukra, that means being the element, the fluid in our body for semen, we can say, for production, and sun, the soul. They, the nakshatra of Kritika is that how powerful. When Venus enters into that nakshatra, birth of new souls happen. All the best, guys. I hope that this whole month should be a very amazing month for you, and if you are willing, or if you want, you can subscribe as well. Thank you. Do at your own pace astrology for beginners. We are doing this course, 16 astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures, and 1 hour we will talk face to face to understand what did you learn, what you not learn. So all the best. Cancer ascendant people, Rohitji, when Venus transits in Aries from 31st of May till 29th of June. Now, this is a transit which will affect all the people who are going through Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, Sukshmadasha, or Pranadasha. In that period of time, Venus is going to give you results. Here, if you see, and always watch transit with your Mahadasha. If your Mahadasha is not Venus, if your Antardasha is not Venus, if your Pratyantar is not Venus, Sukshma is not Venus, Pran, the 5 level of Mahadashas, Venus is nowhere there, then you should chill out, because nothing is going to be changing for you. But if not, if it is supposed to be there in Sukshma and Prana Dasha, it's going to be coming. So in that period, you will feel the power of this nakshatra. In this chart, if you look, Venus is Sama, that means neutral. It has begun your 4th house as a Kendra and 11th house as a sign. So 4th house Lord, exactly Kendra Lord in a Kendra, but the 11th house Lord 12th from itself. This means that sometimes there is rift and quarrel between friends, or maybe sometimes you get a little bit of disappointing news related to your social circles, your friends, or maybe your elder siblings. This is what a problem is. But one positivity here, Venus is entering into the nakshatra of Ashwini, Rohitji, on 31st of May only. As soon as it transits from a Gandanta point, enters into a Gandanta point. That means from a water sign to a fire sign. So it is a very important time for Venus-like planets, because Venus is a Saumya, very soft planet, coming to a fiery sign to get that kind of experience of a. So example, I am a sant or a sadhu. If he goes to a nightclub, what the reaction will be? Oh my God, what the hell is happening here? That same kind of reaction is what here Venus can show. That what the hell is happening? There's whole fire everywhere. There's energy everywhere. I was sitting in water for 3 months, chilling, enjoying in my boat. Now here I am suddenly in lava. That's how it is supposed to be. But positively, because it is Ashwini nakshatra of Ketu, which is very dear friend to Venus, here there is a positive possibility that you will see that healing related to your career or career goals or position can happen. If there is some kind of disturbance in your position, some kind of problem in your position, you will see that more and more healing is going to happen here. New job offers, getting inner peace and happiness, getting gains through job. Lot of great. If you have given interview and waiting for results, I think mostly if you're going through Venus, if you check, it is Venus Antardasha, Pratyantar, Sukshma, Prana, whatever it is, and if it is happening in that period of time, you may get some good news also. So wonderful time for you. Later, as the journey continues of Venus, it enters into Bharni nakshatra, that is the own nakshatra of Venus. Here Venus becomes more comfortable. This is rebirth, regeneration. Sometimes you are given maybe a second chance. You say that your job is revoked and suddenly there is a second chance, because Bharni Nakshatra is all about regeneration. It actually regenerates an opportunity for you. And this is the time that it will regenerate career opportunities. Because Venus is aspecting the 4th house, there can be also improvements during this time, or regeneration of your home. That means some kind of renovation, some kind of aesthetic changes, spending some money on the home and putting something in the home area is also possible. Finally, Venus will enter into Kritika Nakshatra, which is a blade sharp nakshatra. This is the nakshatra of Surya Dev, and Surya is the 2nd house lord. This is the time that Venus, before entering into its own sign Taurus, it will give you some benefit, and that can be monetary benefit, because in this chart, Sun rules the 2nd house. Sun will be in Gemini, and in that time. That means in many cases foreign, something that has to do with foreign countries, you may get some benefit, bonuses, gains, recognition, some kind of great things. Because as soon as Venus enters into the 11th house here, you will get gains from property, you will get gains from social circle, you will get gains from elder siblings. So many great things coming next month for you. Otherwise, this is a very great transit. In the beginning of the video, I have discussed a story from Skanda Purana about Venus and Mars, the conversation between them, and how they are rigid on their principles, where Venus tried to act a little bit of smart and Mars gave him a correct answer. In that case, if you understand that story, 50% of this transit, or if you have Venus and Mars conjunction, if you have Venus and Mars aspecting each other, if there is any aspect of Mars on Venus or any combination, any Rashi Parivartana, you will see that why things are happening like this. The story will give you a lot of ideas. So do look there, and all the best. I will see you in the next video. Do subscribe if you feel like. Thank you. Leo ascendant, Rohichi, my ascendant. Here, when we talk about Leo ascendant, 31st of May till 29th of June, the Lord of the 10th and the 3rd house will be transiting to your Bhagyasthana. Whenever we look at the 9th house is the house of destiny. In Leo ascendant, I have personally seen that an exalted Jupiter does not give, exalted Venus does not give that much great positivity as a Venus in the 9th house can give. Because Venus is entering from a watery sign to the Gandanta point, that means the beginning of a fiery sign here, and into the nakshatra of Ashwini that is ruled by Ketu. Some healing related to your destiny will happen during this time. If your destiny was not favoring you, you were always feeling that my destiny is not working in my favor. I am trying to do so many things, so much hard work is not getting answered. Where the hell am I getting wrong? This is where Venus roles comes into play now. Venus sitting in the 9th house, aspecting the 3rd house with the 7th aspect in its own sign. Make sure that this effort is also highlighted. 3rd house is the house of effort, communication. You have been trying to scream, explain, express. No one is listening. This is the time that you will be listened also. Your destiny will favor also. And there will be a lot of relief when it comes to your karma. Your destiny is going to take care of everything, because healing, it is going to be healing. Everything is going to be healing. In fact, those who are fathers are going through a very bad time or health problems, you will see that healing actually becomes very, very positive for them. So what a great time, Leo ascendant people. The beginning is very great. Finally, Venus will enter into Bharani Nakshatra. Now, Bharani Nakshatra is the own nakshatra of Venus. In this case, Venus is going to make sure that regeneration happens. Sometimes if you have stopped studying something, sometimes if you have stopped achieving higher knowledge, or you just rescheduled some of your foreign travels or long distance travel or education pursuits or philosophical talks, you will see that everything is regenerating. There is a lot of things that are coming back to you. So you will feel very, very extremely positive also during this time. One small thing which we have to remember here with Venus being into this sign is it is sitting 12th from the 10th house. Those who are going through Venus and Mars Mahadasha may experience some kind of turbulence in their job also. Either change of job, either you get an order that you have been transferred somewhere else, or recruitment, or maybe in a team shift or some kind of things like that, because Bharani Nakshatra is all about regeneration, Rohitji. So something, that means something regenerates. It means, okay, you know what, let's reconsider this person again. That is where there will be some changes that will be coming to your life. Finally, Venus will enter into Kritika Nakshatra on 26th of June. Being in Mars, being in the Aries sign, being in Kritika Nakshatra, which is a blade sharp nakshatra, and very Agni is the power of that nakshatra. It is to burn negative karmas. That is how positive this nakshatra is. Venus being the 10th house lord, the lord of your karma, Karmesh, entering into the Bhagyasthana means that if your destiny is fueled by some kind of negative karmas, it will remove that negative karmas, or you may get another way out, that you can stop using negative forces and move towards more positive methods. That is how this positivity shows in your chart. Great time for opportunity for higher learning, foreign country, even for expressing communication. Short distance travel also can happen because it is aspecting the 3rd house. And most importantly, in the beginning of the video, I have done a very 20-minute long story about Venus and Mars. Once you understand that, you will see that how beautifully you will understand the karmic pattern of this time. And every time Venus will transit here, and every time Venus will transit into the house of Mars, you will see that, okay, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is what I can manifest. So 50% I have told you here, 50% this is that story. So listen to that and learn astrology as much as possible, because your in personal interest person has come to the ninth house of higher learning. So why not higher learning? Do higher learning as much as possible. Learn astrology daily. That's what my suggestion is and my advice is. Thank you so much. Have a great time, and do subscribe if you feel like. Thank you. Virgo ascendant people. When we talk about Virgo ascendant people, Venus is transiting into the sign of Aries. After 3 months of exalted period, it has become very fast, and now it will be moving towards Aries in exactly 1 month and three nakshatras immediately. Not even 1 month, 31st of May till 29th of June. 30th of June, he will be again in the sign of Taurus. That means Venus is very fast. Venus says, okay, the eclipse was happening, Rahu and Saturn was there was a lot of hell happening, everything is now moved on, now it's my time to move on. And the true transit happens only on 29th of May, Rohitji. And 31st, Venus says, I have sorted everything, now I am going from here. That is how this period is. But this is the time it is entering into the 8th house. Now, 8th house is a very extreme house of transformation. It is also your shared resources, also intimacy, also your pleasures from your wife, happiness from your in-laws, and also inheritance, all these things. If there is any, and one more point here, Venus is entering from a watery sign to a fiery sign. That means this is not a very comfortable position in the beginning. You suddenly come out of a water and there is lava in front of you. You say, what the hell, I was in such a nice cold cool calm water, suddenly there is lava in front of me. So the boat is sailing, and suddenly you will see that waterfall, but there is lava there. That's how this Venus is going to enter into this sign, and exactly in the 8th house of your transformation, about your psychic abilities, about your intuition, about your power. And Venus, if you look, it is the ninth lord and the second house lord. It is said in by Parasharaji only, when ninth house lord comes to the 12th from itself, it can create a little bit of challenges in your destiny. You'll have to do everything research based. Unless and until you do research based, you will not see the possibility of greatness here. Now, when Venus transits into Ashwini Nakshatra in the 8th house, your intuitive power, because it's the nakshatra of Ketu, your intuitive power will be extreme. Ashwini is the nakshatra of healing. If there is any health conditions, any problems that you're going through for a very long time, either mental problem, fear problem, or either physical problem, because second house lord is also in the 8th house. Any dental problems, any problem related to knees, any problem related to mouth, any problem related to eyes, you will see that you get a lot of relief and some kind of possible new direction where you can go and explore positivity. Your intuitive power will be super, and you will be able to make right decisions when it comes to money positively. If there is any inheritance or there is kind of dispute which needs healing, or you need to come on right terms, you will see that during this time that also is happening. So such a beautiful placement of your planet that I can't even explain. I'm very happy about this, Rohit. Moving on, Venus will enter into Bharani Nakshatra. Now, Bharani Nakshatra is the nakshatra of it is this female vulva. That means it is a nakshatra of regeneration. Here, regeneration of ideas, your subconscious mind, your pattern, your inner research, your inner ability, your inner power, your soul, your Atman actually regenerates itself into something much more what you say, charismatic, more knowledgeable, more research oriented, more powerful. By any chance, if you're going through Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantar, Sukshma, or Pran, the 5 levels of Dasha, you will see that during that time you are in a very transformative mode, that everything you are changing around you. That is what is the role of Bharani Nakshatra. 8th house is also the house of longevity. Bharani Nakshatra is ruled by Lord Yama. Unfortunately, sometimes father's health become very very compromised here, because the ninth house lord is 12th from itself. So we have to be careful about it and very pray for them. Do Mahamrityunjay mantra, absolutely will help the longevity of father. In your sense, in-laws also, you get gains from in-laws during this time. And because intimacy, if there is any problem in intimacy, or you and your wife relationship, or husband's relationships, or business partnerships, or shared resources, you will see healing and also regeneration, like new ideas, new way. Okay, let's forget this, let's start this. That's how this Venus is coming to your 8th house. Later, Venus will enter into Kritika Nakshatra on 26th of June. Again, the 8th house power, the power of transformation and blade cutting. You have the ability to slice people down into pieces. Those come between you, your destiny, you, your intelligence, you, your research. In this time, it is a great time to finish off enemies. You will see that 26th or 29th of June, many of the enemies will get very jealous from you. Extremely, they will get annoyed that how this person is having victory. That kind of possibility is happening. One great positive news is that your wealth or income is going to increase, or there can be suddenly some kind of income, windfall. Ruji, example, Tesla stock was going up and up and up and up, and I brought it at very up. Then it went down. I said, "Oh my God, I'm screwed. This, that, whatnot." But now it went like today $30 up. So my shares became like crazy up. I'm happy now. Finally I'm in profit. Sometimes patience also. And yesterday I thought, yesterday or day before yesterday, Monday, I thought that I will sell it. I don't want it. But then I said, no, if I sell it, then what is the use? What is this? What is that? What is not that? I said, let me keep it. If loss, God wants me to have loss, I will have loss. But today it came into profit. Sometimes such kind of things happen. When you're in the last hope, there's nothing is going to work out. Suddenly you see like small light and things work out. This is exactly happening for Virgo ascendant people. In this end of the transit, their enemies will be saying, oh my God, what this person has done. His research, his transformation has really impacted my existence here. So it is very fearsome nakshatra when it comes to enemies. Also, it means that many people can be doing long distance journey during that time. After 26th of June, those who are Virgo ascendant, because the 12th house Lord's nakshatra is where Venus is entering, who's the 9th house Lord. So that means connection to foreign countries, so different religions, different culture is possible. Roji, whatever I have said is 50% of the story. 50% of the story is in the beginning of the video, where I have discussed a lot of great things about, the combination of Venus, combination of Mars and Venus relationships. Unless and until you understand that dynamics, no one can learn astrology. Astrology does not mean that one person will come and say, first house is Mars, Aries, and the fire sign, and this is the quality of that. That is stupidity. That is very simple. You can just Google it and find it. Astrology has to be learned in depth. What is the relationship between planets? What is the story of planets? What is the power of planets? I'm You know what, I decided not to do astrology for beginners. That means the course online. But my assistant, the new guy who we have hired, Rohiji Rishabh, has given me very great idea. He said, sir, why don't you do story based astrology only, and then you discuss all the planets, their origin, birth stories, that how they were born. Secondly, they said, why we are not doing stories that are related to combination conjunctions, why there are dynamics where planets became enemies, planet becomes friends, such stories. I said yes, but if this is a very big thing, because I don't think so I will be able to cover birth, their existence, their things in one class, like for 9 planets. So it will be 9 classes for 9 planets, like 1 hour each. So it's going to be like a 6 months course, which I was thinking of designing. So unless and until you know the story behind it, you don't know. Go to homeopathic doctors. What they will say, chart from your childhood. They will listen to you. They'll say, I was this boy, that boy, I had fear of this, I have fear of spider, this, that, whatnot. They're trying to understand your life story, and then they come to a conclusion that, okay, this is why this is happening. This is exactly astrology and homeopathy are connected, Rohichi. Exactly nothing else but same. Understand the story of your life and act. You then get the remedy. That's how astrology is. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. All the best. Did I complete, Rohiji? Or I forgot? I don't remember. Did I complete? So I can move to Libra. I forgot while saying all this because I'm so excited, Rohiji.
No, no, it's absolutely completed. And I think Venus in Kritika, we were talking about the 12th house nakshatra, which
Journeys.
can, yes, give them beautiful transformation this time. This is
And journey also, Rohiji.
journey
Transformation
also.
is about people here on astrology every day. Transformation is happening, transformation. But what transformation? Transformation when you do a journey. Otherwise, how will transformation happen? So this is the time you should force yourself to go somewhere, explore something, learn some new language, go to some different place. Even nothing but go from one state to another state. Try to explore some place. Try to explore something. That is required, Rohiji. Unless and until we do explore, we will just what we will get born in one place and die. What the hell?
Yes, I think this is a time for people who are already, on the journey. this is end of religious journey also, ninth from 12th. So maybe these people are, some people are coming back to their home.
From the religious placement, and even 12th house lord, sun is the nakshatra where Kritika it will enter. It
Mm.
means that some people will just start their foreign settlement. So, or maybe
Yes.
they will get favors from government for foreign settlement. So that kind of possibility is also there. Lot of possibilities, Rohit. It all depends on the charts also, and their placement also, on all their transits also. What is Sadhisati is going on, not going on? Because if Sadhisati is going on, then Saturn is in the seventh house for them.
Seventh house.
Moon is here in the eighth house. So, like if first phase of Sadhisati is going, then this is not, like, depends on chart to chart. A lot of things. This is generic prediction just to make sure that if you're going through Venus, Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyanta, Sukshma, Prana, these are the results that you can expect during this time. And we make transits for everyone, so everyone can watch that all the videos and see that whenever there that period of transit is happening, and there will find results accordingly. Anyways, story is very important. All the best. Take care. Moving to astrology for beginners, do at your own pace. It's 16 astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures and 1 hour of free appointment after this. Link is in the bio. And those who will join, those who have already started their appointments, those who have completed the course. And what amazing feedback, Rohiji. I would suggest write your, like, if you don't like it, also write your feedback on down below. Now, all the people who are listening and who have done the course, they will see, they will say what. I am going to be making a big post with people actually posting the feedback about the class, so that people know what we are talking about here. Okay, Libra ascendant, one of the most awesome ascendants, because your Lagna Lord is transiting. When we talk about your Lagna Lord, it was exalted for a very long time, but in the wrong place, in the sixth house, making a Viparit Rajyog also. But finally, it is out of that place. Now come to the seventh house. According to Lal Kitab, this is the placement of like for Venus also. The Venus is very positive in the seventh house. This is the house of relationships, partnerships, and whatnot. And but there is one thing that has happened. Venus is coming from a watery sign to a fiery sign, house of Mars. So if you see this scenario, Rohiji, so we are. I was just when I was researching, I was just trying to dream about it. Unless and until you have visions in your head, you cannot make you cannot make anything. So I was thinking that there is a boat which has Venus sitting nicely into it, nice chilling. All is having nice breeze around it. Suddenly feels hot from 22nd of May. He starts feeling very hot. That what the hell is happening? Why is it so hot here? There's a lot of smoke around him. He said, "What the hell is happening?" And imagine Venus in a boat in Pisces, just sailing and coming to the end of it. And he says that there is a waterfall, but this waterfall, when my boat goes down, it's not going into water, it's going into lava, it's going into fire. Just imagine this thing, that Venus on a boat in Pisces, and suddenly zoof, go to the lava and say, "Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Where am I?" That's the kind of imagination you should do when you're learning astrology, when you're because unless until you live astrology, you will not be able to understand any kind of impact of planets on anything. That's why I tell all the Libra ascendant people in the beginning, there is a story which will answer 50% of your questions about Venus and Mars relationships. In the future also, it will help you. I also want Libra ascendant people to give feedback below, that what do you think about the story? What are the things you want to know more? What are the things that you want to experience more? I want to know this. So do that. Anyways, coming back. Because I know many people say, "Oh, all this bakwas, all this foolishness this person is talking." They just want to hear the point that Venus is doing this is, and leave. There are some people like this also, Rohitji. Anyways, Venus, Kn Rao sir told me, Kn Rao sir told one day that you will find all kind of foolish people in this world, especially those who come for appointments. Sometimes, Rohitji, not Libra ascendant are the most awesome one, but some people come and they're like very foolish questions they ask. "Sir, lottery I want." I said, "It's not possible." He said, "No, sir. Fine. So there, it's not. How is it not possible? Someday, some planetary conjunction will happen where I will get lottery." I said, "No, it is not possible. It has to be fifth and eighth house lots, some kind of combination." No. So sometime transit also can happen, and it will happen. You find out. You find out. I'm waiting. I'm like, so, kya kare abhi? There are every kind of people in this world. Coming back, Venus is transiting into Ashwini nakshatra into Aries. So now Venus has come from a watery sign to a fiery sign. It is the sign of Mars. Mars and Venus are very neutral with each other. Seventh house is the house of relationship. Ascendant lord is the seventh house, means it is in a Marakastan. Positively, it can help you with your longevity. It can help you with your critical illness. If you're going through any kind of critical illness, health problems, you will see that things are now very much better for you. When it comes to okay, when it comes to your Venus in the seventh house, Aries, Ashwini nakshatra is the nakshatra of healing. When it enters into this nakshatra, healing in relationships happen. If there is any kind of rift, any kind of disappointments, any kind of problems in business partnerships, any kind of problems in your personal spouse relationships, you will see that positivity is begin now. Things will start moving in the very right way, and you will see that you're back in action. It is a great time for marriage proposals, commitment, long-term commitments, signing of contracts, signing of marriage documents, signing of any kind of government documents, getting victory from court cases. Everywhere you will see healing energy. Everyone is here to heal, to give you support. That kind of beautiful thing is happening. Later, Venus will enter into Bharani nakshatra. Now Bharani nakshatra is Venus's own nakshatra, and this is the nakshatra, those people who are feeling a very big challenge with intimacy, very big challenge with connecting with the partner, with the spouse, very big challenge when it comes to commitment in business. You will see that regeneration is happening. Those who are expecting second child or progeny for second child, this is a superb time. Your ascendant lord in the seventh house is second child, by the way. I don't know if you guys know or no. I'll tell you, fifth house is the first child. The younger sibling of the of the first child will be seen from the seventh house, because 1 2 3, it will be seventh house. And the elder sibling, Rojit, see the beauty, will be seen from the 11th from the fifth house. That means the third house will be the elder sibling for the younger one. So ideally third house is the younger sibling, but when we look at so for example, if someone comes to me for an appointment and say my elder brother is not giving me any kind of property, and I ask him that is there any is there you and your elder brother only, or is there any other person? He said no, my elder brother, and after that I was born. Then you will not look from 11th house, guys. That is a wrong thing. You have to look from fifth house to 11th is the third house. This will be the elder sibling for that particular person. And for the elder sibling, the third house will be the house of younger brother or sister for the younger for the elder brother. So don't, astrology is very confusing, so don't confuse yourself, guys. Anyways, the point is, when Venus enters into Bharani nakshatra, there is lot of positivity when it comes to progeny also. So progeny can happen, new contracts. One great thing is happening, that is, sometimes in these cases, if there is any signature or signing of new contracts for your work, also getting new work, new position, new hierarchies is also possible. So amazing time, fingers crossed, and no jinx. All the best. Finally, Venus will enter into Kritika nakshatra, which is a very very blade sharp nakshatra, and the fire is the symbol of that nakshatra. Here you will see that if there is anyone who's creating any rift in your partnerships, in your relationships, in your daily work and routine, or maybe coming as a disturbance in your victory or victory positions, like somewhere you have just want you are supposed to be declared victorious and someone is creating any problem, this Venus going into that nakshatra will cut that person off from your life. So this is also a extremely positive thing that you will see when Venus enters into Kritika nakshatra. So Venus entering into all three nakshatras into the sign of Aries is a win-win and luck for all the Libra ascendant people. All the best, guys. I don't even have to tell you to subscribe, because I know the most number of people are Libra only. Whenever I see Libra, Rohiji, you saw that I show you that graph that day, that Libra comes and zoop, it's going up. That is all the subscribers. So thank you so much, Libra people, for always loving so much. Thank you. All the best. Do listen to the story in the beginning. Okay. Bye. Scorpio ascendant. When we talk about Scorpio ascendant, 31st of May till 29th of June is when Venus will transit. Now here, if you look closely, the Lord of the 7th house, the Lord of the 12th house will transit into the 6th house. This means sometimes it's not that great when it comes to spouse, when it comes to, workplace. For Scorpio ascendant people, this time this transit is very average out. One good thing about this transit is that Venus has come from a watery sign to a fiery sign. This means that enemies will not be able to trouble you. You may have very aesthetic way or very nice calmer way to bring enemies into your control. But health wise, not a great health time for health of spouse. There can be challenge to the health of spouse. Even, I'm sorry to use the word, I generally don't speak all this, but sometimes it is just warning for all the people. Visiting hospitals, some kind of critical illness, some kind of blood reports very bad, such kind of things can happen for the spouse. And suddenly travel to, maybe travel because of health of spouse, or travel because of health of your actually spouse only will happen. Sorry for this, but it is what it is. Astrology cannot always be 100% correct. Since Venus is also making a Vipreet Raj Yoga in this chart, this is positive news, because whatever the health problems will come will also get solved by end of this month. So we are very happy. And why are we worried? Because Venus is entering into the nakshatra of Ketu, Ashwini nakshatra. The role of Ashwini nakshatra is healing. So you will see a lot of healing. If you're going through any kind of court cases, you will see some kind of healing there, or some kind of new evidences, new leads, and possibly by the end of the month, there can be some kind of great victory also possible. When it comes to health routines, that will also improve. When it comes to your own personality or workplace, you will see that luxury in workplace, getting new laptops, getting new positions, getting new desks, getting new departments is possible during this time. Very great time for doing service also. Finally, Venus will enter into Bharni Nakshatra. Now, Bharni Nakshatra is also regeneration. This means that again in the workplace, you are supposed to regenerate. Since this is the house of, this is the nakshatra of ruled by the deity Yamadeva, it can be possible that near-death experiences, or sometimes you may hear some bad news from family members, someone far away from your family, or maybe your mother's younger brother can be possible during this time, because this is the house of Mama also, like your uncle also, maternal uncle. This is that house. In many cases, this is also the house that is related to your debts. There will be healing in debt. There is possibility of regeneration of debt. Maybe in many people will be refinancing their property, refinancing something else to get more money out, which will be good debts for you. It will be positively useful for you. But some kind of debt or laking loan, or regeneration of debt, or maybe credit score increase, credit limit increase is possible during this time when it enters into Bharni Nakshatra. But Bharni Nakshatra is Yama's Nakshatra, so health-wise, you have to be very careful. In this time, this month, if you're going through Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantar, Sukshma, or Prana, you have to be focused on the health of the wife or spouse or business partner. That is where they can have challenges. Venus enters into Kritika Nakshatra. Now, this is very great Nakshatra, because this is the Nakshatra of fire. And when Venus enters into the Nakshatra of Surya, Sun, if in workplace, people are trying to play politics on you, people are trying to create problems for you, people are trying to make sure that your life is ruined, or somewhere they are trying to demean you or demotivate you, you will see that they are out of your life. Some miracle can happen. They will be thrown out of your life. You will see a very great ray of hope, and actually, your your innocence or your decency or your commitment will be proved here because of Vipreet Rajyog. It is sitting in the 12th house, Lord is sitting in the 6th house, Vipreet Rajyog. So there is a very different energy to it. So make the most of this time. In the beginning, see, this is 50% of what you are understanding about you. In the beginning, there is a story which will make other 50% very much possible. Because once you understand the story, once you learn astrology on a deeper sense, you see that what the hell is happening with me? Why these planets come together and there is such kind of impact? Why Jupiter and Moon are called Gaj Kesri Yog? Why Moon and Mars are called Mahalakshmi Yog? Jupiter and Moon are enemies, Rohitji. Mars and Moon are enemies, but why are they called these yogas form? Because of the stories behind them, because of the karmic imprint. You get a tattoo done, Rohitji, on your hand. That time you got the tattoo done, but it stays with you lifetime. Same way, this is what happens with you in your birth chart also, with these planets also. When they have come together in the past, their imprint on this universe is now lifetime. Whenever they will be in such position, they will give you such results. That's why astrology is able to predict a lot of great things about people. All the best. Do subscribe if you feel like, and I'll see you on the other side someday, maybe talking to you personally. All the best. Sagittarius ascendant, Rohiji. When we talk about Sagittarius, see this 1 hour 9 minutes, Rohiji, without break. My lungs are becoming very stronger because I'm keeping on talking. Throat chakra is very active, but my mind is becoming too occupied. Nowadays, Rohiji, what has happened is, sorry, Sagittarius, I just have 2 minutes to talk to Rohiji. Nowadays, what has happened is that I get a lot of brain fog. Sometimes I'm walking on the road and said, "Where the hell am I going? What? Why am I here?" That kind of situation. So I'm slowing
Yes.
down my work.
No, no, not only you. I am in the same situation, and even one of the person I was reading comment on Hindi channel. He said, "Why your hand comes here when you reach on Pisces?" I said, "Because a long journey when you reach up to this, when you are in the Capricorn, then you are like, okay, complete. But we have to do justice with all 12 signs and ascendant. We cannot say, okay, this is 12th sign. I cannot speak. This is my duty to tell you everything. So this is how." Sometime I think we need to start from Pisces first, and then sometime we need to be retrograde as astrologer and start from Pisces.
No. Anyways, this is a good idea. When Jupiter becomes
Good
retrograde, we'll
idea.
do this retrograde story.
Let's make this channel retrograde astrologers. We will always start from Pisces then.
Anyways, the point is Ketu has come to my first house, Rohiji, so it is just making me extremely more detached. I told my team, don't take any appointments. I don't want to do it. Just bhul jao. They are booking for 29th June, 27th June, 24th June, that kind of. I said, don't take any more. Just let me chill for 1 month. That is the scene. That is the scenario I'm in right now. Anyways, coming back to Sagittarius, from 31st of May till 29th of June 2025. Venus, Shukra will transit into finally after transit from Pisces to Aries. This means that it will come to the most positive house here. That is the fifth house of Dharma, fifth house of Purva Punya, fifth house of children, fifth house of your creativity, fifth house of romance, education. Such a great placement of this planet. In this chart, Venus rules the sixth house and Venus rules the 11th house. That means Venus is responsible for your health and Venus is also responsible for your gains, social circle, your status. Those people who are in any kind of creative field, amazing time for you. One thing which I want to clear out is that Pisces is a watery sign and Aries is a fiery sign. So this is Gandanta point. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are Gandanta points, where from water sign to fiery sign they go. Here you will see that lot of there will be a lot of smoke in the beginning. You just put little bit water on heat, right, on hot lava or hot any hot surface, you will see a little bit of steam out coming out. This is exactly that time. This is the time the steam comes out from your different aspects of life. How I will explain when we go forward. Mars and Venus have a very dynamic relationship, very special relationships. They are summer. Summer means neutral. Neither they are friends, neither they are enemies. That means they are open to either becoming a friend or either becoming an enemy, but never ever have a permanent relationships. And that is what I have explained in the beginning about a story about Mars plus Venus. You have to learn the story. You have to, if you learn that story, 50% of your analysis you will understand without even listening to the what is I'm going to say next. So do that. That will help you also make a bridge between your mind about astrology. Now Venus enters into Ashwini Nakshatra. Now, Ashwini Nakshatra is a nakshatra of healing. When it comes to breakups, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love life, when it comes to children, if there is any kind of emotional disturbance between you guys, you will see that some healing is now seen and very, very positive. In other cases, Rohichi, many people will see that those who are going through a period of dissatisfaction, those are period that creatively they are not able to express themselves, they are not able to put out amazing things out there. You will see that your brain is healed, your emotion is healed, your everything is in very good position, so automatically you will creatively be very happy. This is also the time that if your stock market is red in color, because this is the house of stock market, of speculative gains, stock or crypto is red in color, you will see a green symbol there. So that is also healing of wealth is also possible here. When it comes to relationship with children, it will also heal. When it comes to your education, and if there is a lot of problems that is going on in education, you will see that there is lot of positivity happening. So Venus is a benefic planet. It will do good things for you in the, especially in the fifth house of Mahalakshmi, Lakshmi Trikona. It is called the trident of Mahalakshmi, and here Venus is the prime devotee of Mahalakshmi, of the goddess of wealth. So your wealth is getting restored as well, but also other aspects, children, creativity also happening. Those who are in business or work related to teaching, those who are in business related to speaking, creative fields like media, entertainment, acting, singing, dancing, writing, creative writing, you will also see a sudden surge in your business, your hopes, your wishes, your aspirations. So you will be doing very great. When it comes to Venus enters into Bharani Nakshatra on 13th of June 2025. Now, Bharani Nakshatra is Venus's own nakshatra, and what a positive time. You cannot miss this time from 13th of June till 26th of June. These 13 days are extremely important for progeny, for childbirth, because Bharani Nakshatra is the female vulva, the vaginal area of a female, and it is about regeneration, reproduction. Here you will see that some great prospects of childbirth is happening. Even if you are trying IVF, this, that, I don't know, whatever it is. If you're going through Venus Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantar, Sukshma Prana, especially women, they will be very fertile during this time, and they should try. One remedy for those people who are trying for a long time and did not work. On the fifth day of the period, fifth day after the period ends of a woman, they should try conceiving exactly 5 days from the fifth day. So today is Wednesday, so it ended, your period khatam ho gaya, it's done. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday onwards, you should try for 14, every four, like for 14 days every day, for childbirth. That is a proven method by Varhamiraji. He says that that is when progeny happens. Second thing, if that is also not happening, moon is connected to the what you say, the motherly connection, or we can say nurturing. If your body wants to get nurtured, collect dew drops you will find in grass, over the grass, in the early morning. Dew drops, you collect the dew drops, multiple dew drops, and drink it during the moon hora. There is hora every day. It is divided into little different horas. That means the period of planets. In the moon hora, if you drink it and then try to conceive, then also you are able to conceive. So these are two remedies that are very, very great remedies. So try it out if you're thinking, because I know what the pain. I talk to many people who do not have child, who are trying for children, not happening. So these remedies can work. They're very logical, very scientific, and they will absolutely work for you. Coming back to Bharani Nakshatra, a nakshatra of regeneration of ideas, creative thoughts, children, childbirth, restarting your education. Some people must have quit education in between. Now say, no, I have to start my course back, man. That kind of enlightenment is what you are getting. And fifth house is also the house of dharma. It's a dharma trikon, dharma stan. You will be dharma wise very connected to the dharma around you, or to temples, to religion, to mantra chanting, to prayers, everything very positive. All the best. Venus will enter into Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra is a very sharp nakshatra, and the nakshatra symbol is also fire. So, in this nakshatra, it's a blade also, like a sharp axe. Now, here in this nakshatra, if there is any problem happening or coming in the way from your social circle, if someone is trying to demean you, or from your workplace, if some people are trying to give you trouble, this nakshatra, when Venus enters into this nakshatra, your enemies burn in fire. That's what it said in the Shastra, in many of the holy books. When Venus enters or Sun enters into this sign, it is very, very challenging for the enemy. Venus is the one who actually governs your enemies, whether they will give you good results or bad results. And if this time Venus enters into Kritika Nakshatra, and 3 days later it will enter into the sign of Taurus, making sure that Kritika Nakshatra continues and your enemies are like chopped into pieces. Your interviews are happening, your competitions you are winning. So next month, like after July is going to be an extremely favorable month for you, even with Venus in the sixth house. But a lot of hidden things you will find during this time. If your children are expecting something or wanting to get a new job or something, they will see July will see much more positive light here. All the best, guys. I hope that I'm able to give you right clarity. And if you feel like subscribing, feel. If you don't feel, then don't feel. All the best. Take care. Bye. Do subscribe. Okay, I'm just kidding. All the best. Astrology at your own pace. We have astrology for beginners. We have the 16 astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures and 1 hour free appointment. That is one-to-one, face-to-face, talking about your chart as well as what you have learned. So link is in the bio description. You can talk to Samantha and she will give you, or you can go on website acastro.c and there is astrology for beginners on the homepage. Book it. The team will set you up there. All the best. Capricorn ascendant people. 1st of May till 29th of June is the transit of Venus. Now look at Venus, Rohiji. It was exalted and it's a Yoga Karka planet for all the Capricorn ascendant people. And here, if we see that third house was the house of watery sign. It was a sign related to Pisces. It is a watery sign. And first house, that means Aries, is a Gandanta point because here it again the nakshatra starts from 0 degrees nakshatra and also it's a fiery sign. So it's a transition of a planet from a watery sign to a fiery sign. In such cases, Rohitji, there are 2-3 very much possibilities. Number one, it is a Raja Yoga. Why Raja Yoga? Because the Kendra Lord and the Yoga Karka is in the Kendra only, aspecting the 10th house, which is very powerful. Those people who are, I'll give you some insight, Rohitji, here. What insight? I'll just tell you something that 50% of the 50% of the prediction is what I'm saying. 50% is the story in the beginning, Rohiji, which I have discussed about Venus and which I have discussed about Mars. When you go look there, you will see that, you will understand the dynamics here of Venus. What are the possibilities of Venus? How Venus reacts with Mars? How Venus will react when it is in the sign of Mars? And here, there is one nakshatra of Venus also, Bharani. Possible. Now when it comes to the 4th house, first thing that is happening on 31st of May is Venus is entering into the house of your home, your environment around you, your mother, real estate, vehicles, anything to do in terms of which gives you domestic peace and luxury is where Venus is getting involved. For this chart, Mars is an extreme benefic planet as well, Rohitji. Never ever underestimate any chart we see, any ascendant we see, and if that the 4th house lord here becomes exalted in the 1st house, that means this is a very positive chart for Mars people, like who have Mars in exaltation here. Very, very great chart. When Venus enters into Ashwini Nakshatra, this is the nakshatra of healing ruled by Ketu and Ashwini Kumaras. They are the two twin horses. Here, if there is any healing required for your mother, for your own self, for your own heart, for your own desires, for your own happiness, if there is any healing required, you will see that your people from your social circle, people from your workplace, people from your children, your career people, your people from your occupation are helping you, are coming in collaboration with you, are trying to make sure that every happiness that you want you can get during this time. This is also the house when it's called talks about aesthetics, any kind of interior designing or luxury houses or any houses or vehicles or change of houses, everything, renovation of houses, moving from one property to another property, traveling to foreign countries, getting away from your home place, everything is seen from this house also. If there is any kind of construction, any kind of things like aesthetics, some kind of changes in the house, this is also seen and can be planned between 31st of May till 29th of June. This is one positivity, because Ashwini Nakshatra is about healing, so it will also heal the house. It is a very good time to declutter the house, make sure that your house is very, very healthy and a lot of positive vibration is there. In other cases, if you're going through any kind of heart related problem, blood related problems, or Venus, that means any genital related problems, you will see that it is getting healed for you. Heart problems especially, you will see a lot of improvement. Does not mean that you're drinking one bottle of whiskey and saying my heart, Venus is there, my heart will be good. So not that kind of scenario, but yes, if you take proper measures, proper precautions, do exercise, be very, very nice, Mars, this will help you. In some cases, Rohitji, because this is Venus, the 5th house lord coming 12th from itself, if you are interdependently going through Venus Mahadasha and your child is also going through Venus Mahadasha, then there is a possibility that your child may travel abroad, either for studies, either after marriage, either for any creative pursuits, or either for any higher education. So education I told already. So yeah, that is going to happen. Venus then enters into Bharni Nakshatra, which is the own nakshatra of Venus. Now, this is the nakshatra related to regeneration. Sometimes, we have to build things from scratch. We have to rethink, re-evaluate, re-ideate our things related to career and something where personally we are not happy. We want to come back to it in different scenarios. This is that exact time, Rohichi, where there is possibility of people actually reinventing their what do you say ideas, or maybe reproducing the ideas in their mind. Fifth house lord, the house of progeny, has gone 12th from itself into the house of sukha, house of happiness, in kendra, making a raj yoga, even yoga karka of this chart. It cannot become malefic for you ever. Venus is the most positive planet for you. Entering into Bharni Nakshatra means rebirth of lot of happiness, lot of thoughts, lot of acceptance, lot of career opportunities, lot of job prospects, lot of travel prospects, lot of prospects related to children, childbirth. Great things are happening. Amazing. Finally, in fact, for Capricorn ascendant people, Venus is not that benefic when it is exalted, because it is in Upchaya house, third house, where benefic planets cannot give good results. But it is more benefic in Kendra, in the house of Mars, in the house of what do you say Moon, in the house of Saturn, in its own sign in the 10th house. It is here more positive. So you can see the dynamics here. Later, it will move into Kritika Nakshatra. Now, Kritika Nakshatra is also the Nakshatra, Rohiji, that is ruled by Sun. And the fire is the, symbol. It's very blade sharp, very powerful. It has the power to destroy everything, power to create peace for you. If there is anyone who's creating family issues or family problems or challenges when it comes to your emotional dependence, you will see that such people are away from your life. You will start finding people moving away, especially those people who are creating a barrier between you and happiness. Always negative people around you will be destroyed, and that will continue, because only 4 degrees is what Kritika Nakshatra is there in the sign of Aries. But when we go here to the sign of Taurus, it will continue for 9 more degrees. That means Venus will continue making sure that all your enemies go away and there is no problem to you. There can also be possibility. Now, don't take it on a very literal manner. It depends on your chart also. When Venus comes next month, that means July, in your fifth house, second house lord and fifth house are making a relationship for the first 10-11 days. And you know what that relationship is? Eighth house lord is Sun, and Venus, being the fifth house lord, is sitting in the nakshatra of Sun. Hidden gains or speculative gains, lottery, gains through partnerships, gains through inheritance, gains through shared resources can happen. So for that, do subscribe so that next week's video you do not miss. Okay. And in the beginning, I've made a story, so do listen to that, because that is going to clear say 50% of your doubts. All the best. Have a great time. Do subscribe if you feel like. If you don't feel like, then also do subscribe. Bye. Aquarius rising, Aquarius ascendant. When we talk about Aquarius ascendant, 31st of May till 29th of June is this transit. If you look at this transit, the Lord of the fourth house, Kendra, and Lord of the ninth house, that means here it is a Yoga Karaka. Very important, very positive planet. Comes to the third house, an Upchaya house, which means not a great placement for the Lord of the yoga karka to be in the third house, because it's an upchaya house. Upchaya means it benefic will struggle here. It does not have tricks and things to do things in a unethical or ethical, whatever way. It does not have tricks. It goes straight by the book, and it cannot do great manifestation. But what greatness is coming? See, there is little bit of challenges also, but there is great opportunity here. Number one opportunity is, if you're so I'll explain you step by step. Number one, it was exalted for 3 months in the second house, which was great time. You must have earned some good money, got some nice status, got into a new job, great things. But now it has moved from a watery sign, from an emotional sign, to a very action oriented sign, to the third house of Parakrama, means taking action. Now, Venus and all are not the people who take action. Mars is taking action, Ketu takes action, Saturn takes action, Rahu takes action, Sun takes action, because they are malefic planets. They take immediate action. Venus thinks about it, talks to 10 people, say, shall I do it, shall I not do it? This is the nature of Venus. It is all learned. Your communication improves. Your communication is more beautiful. You will try to make sure that you impress other people. You'll become a people pleaser during this time. But because this Gandanta point is there, planet becomes a little bit of challenging when it comes to this sign. Oh, some speech related problems or hesitation or something where you know that this is going wrong and you want to tell this will be a little bit of challenging for you during this time. You may feel a little bit of um, bound, or a little bit of your expression will be not how it is always. That kind of possibility is there. On the positive side, if your siblings are going through some kind of health problem, especially younger siblings, health problems, any kind of challenges related to your communication, any kind of challenges related to your initiation, like you want to take an initiative that I want to start this or do a new hobby, do new work, do short distance travel. In such cases, you will see that always healing energy, you will find some difficulties, but always healing energy will be with you from 31st of May till 13th of June. The main reason is Venus entering into the nakshatra of Ketu, which was earlier Swarnabhanu, and that nakshatra Swarnabhanu is the one who was sliced into half, and then it was created into Rahu and Ketu. And Ketu is a clan of Daitya, demon, Danu. Ketu is the Danu clan, and in that cases he's related to Venus, and Venus is the guru. So when Venus comes to the house of Ketu, Ketu gives every possible freedom to Venus, that do whatever you want, do whatever, I will support you in healing, support you in education, higher education, everything. And this is also the house of skills, so skill development. Some healing related to your communication, related to travel, related to your siblings is seen during the time when Venus enters into Ashwini Nakshatra, if it is required. In short distance travel, if you are not comfortable, you still find comfort because of it sitting into Ketu's Nakshatra. So be very hopeful. Only problem is, again, remember, benefic planet in the third house cannot express itself in the most positive way. It sometimes feels hesitant. What do I do? How do I do? Since it is very fast transit, only 1 month, so we can bear this kind of a problem. If you're going through Venus Mahadasha Antardasha, then this will be more intense for you. Later, Venus will enter into Bharani Nakshatra. Now, Bharani Nakshatra is Venus's own nakshatra. Now, here Venus becomes more powerful. It says, I can regenerate things, because Bharani Nakshatra is the power of regeneration. It is the female vulva, the vaginal area of a female, which is also there for reproduction. Now, if it is now you will see this so stupid, but I have to say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you are planning the childbirth of a sixth child, in many genre, in many people, they have 6, 8 child also. If you are planning for the sixth child, this is a very, very great time for planning for the sixth child now. Even in such cases where you say 1 miscarriage, 2 miscarriage, 3 miscarriage, 4 miscarriage, 5 miscarriage happened, and sixth time we are trying, this is also that right time to try. There is a possibility of childbirth happening in a very, very intense manner. If you're going through Venus Mahadasha Antardasha Pratyantar Sukshma Prana, it becomes more positive during this time. When Venus enters into Bharani Nakshatra, your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, your everything regenerates. That means you regenerate everything and you make sure you are on the right path. Better than Ashwini Nakshatra, because Venus has power control here. Since this is the nakshatra ruled by Yama, and this is 8th from the 8th, remember, it is the 8th house of longevity, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the third house. Your longevity can increase. Sometimes, sorry to say again, don't take it on a very, very literal manner, because this is the house of Mars. It's a fierce, and Mars is debilitated and going to be in very exalted position from in a very debilitated position from 3rd to 6th of June. We have to be very careful of any kind of accidents, because if you see, the 4th house lord is getting 12th from itself, so it means some accident, some kind of certain motor vehicle, or suddenly some kind of accidents can happen, some kind of home related accident, something, ceilings fall, this fall, you are trying to move something, it falls on you, is possible. So we have to be very careful when Venus enters into Bharani Nakshatra. That is the only thing. It will not do anything wrong to you, but somehow it will not be able to do something extremely right also. So you will be neutral during this time. This is how Venus is in the sign of Aries. When you go to the beginning of the video, 50% of your answers questions will be answered by knowing the story of Venus and Mars. Rohitji, right? When people know the story, they get more clarity about how things are, what things are, why things are. Oh, this is the reason. Where someone asked me in the class that, sir, Moon and Jupiter in the friendship and this table, it is enemy because Moon abducted Jupiter's wife, gave birth to Mercury, and now you're saying that when Moon and Jupiter come together, it is Gaj Kesri Yog. What the hell? I said, personal life is different, brother. When it comes to business, planets know their roles. When two benefics come together, it is benefic only, it is positive only. That's why. So there is a story behind Gaj Kesri Yoga also. So a lot of things are based on stories. That's why astrology cannot be learned unless and until stories are there. You have to go into the whole of understanding the story. Okay. Anyways, moving to Kritika Nakshatra. Venus will move into Kritika Nakshatra on 26th of June 2025. Now, Kritika Nakshatra is a nakshatra of Sun. Sun is a Maraka in this chart. Again, it indicates a little bit of challenge only. But this time, the challenge is not for you, but the challenge is for your enemies. Because here, Venus is now going to be sliding into the sign of Taurus, into the Kendra, coming into power. If some people have damaged your reputation from your friend circle, from your social circle, who created a little bit of reputation issues for you or falsely communicated something about you, this is a time of revenge. You will not take revenge, but the universe will take revenge with them. So this is that possibility. In fact, this is also the possibility that you may either delay or either change your schedules related to your workplace, related to your travel, short distance travel. Let's hope for the best. Let's see that it will be more positive, more wonderful, more innovative, more thoughtful, more skill development. We should be always be very hopeful. Some challenges were there, I discussed about it, so you have to be careful about it. If you're going through Venus Mahadasha Antardasha, then you have to be careful, not 100%, 200%. If by chance Mars and Venus is going on, then you should be 1000% careful. Okay, nothing wrong is happening, but near fear can be one thing which can create a panic. We don't want to get panicked. We want to always be happy. All the best. Do listen to the story in the beginning, and I will see you next time. If you want, you can subscribe, but you don't have to want. You will and you should subscribe. All the best. Pisces ascendant. When we talk about Pisces ascendant, 31st May to 29th of June is when the transit is happening of Venus into the sign of Aries. Aries is a fiery sign. Venus was very comfortable in last 3 months in the sign of water. In the beginning of the video, I have discussed the dynamics of Venus and Mars also, the story of Mars and Venus, the combination of Mars and Venus, the trick that Venus tried to play on Mars but did not work out, and the combination of their existence, like how a fire and water come together, it becomes smoke, steam is not harmful. When in extreme pressure, steam can burn your skin, but when in moderation, it can make sure that your problem related to your chest, lot of things related to your body, pores, it can what do you say, it can help you. So extreme or not extreme depends on your chart, but you will learn from the story. 50% of the prediction you will learn from there only. You will see that, oh, this is what I can expect during this time. If you're going through Venus Mahadasha Antardasha, extremely great or important for you to read the story or listen to it. 20 minutes I have spoken, so give importance to that also. Venus transits into Aries here. Aries is a fiery sign. When it comes to the second house in this chart, if you look at Venus, it is the third house lord of Parakrama, lord of courage, lord of hard work, lord of initiation. And also, it is the eighth house lord. That means it is lord of inheritance, lord of shared resources, lord of intimacy, lord of your in-laws, lord of your research, occult sciences, and so many great things. Venus in Aries generally is neutral, does not do anything wrong and right. But when it transit is not the only thing. Nakshatra is the more important layer here. When it comes to the second house, the most important thing here is that it makes you humble speaker. It makes you very, very good speaker, and your speaking, your advice, your conversation with someone can heal them to the maximum level, because from 31st of May till 13th of June, Venus will be in the nakshatra of Ashwini, which is the nakshatra of healing. And second house is the house of speech. Your speaking will become healing for other people. Your communication will become healing for other people. Family wise, if there is a lot of disputes happening, in-laws wise, if there is a lot of dispute, there is a possibility of lot of healing that is coming. Health wise, if you're going through a very bad time, especially related to your cervical spine, especially related to ears, ringing of ears, you will see that improvement is now happening. Because third house lord is exactly 12th from itself, short distance travel can be a little bit of challenging, and it is not a great time for siblings, by the way. That is what one point is here we have to be very careful about. When we talk about Venus in the second house, you cannot forget, it's the house of wealth, your bank balance. That means it will also heal your bank balance. You will make sure that some great money is coming into your way. Very beautiful time for all the Pisces ascendant people, so don't take it lightly. Second house is also the house that is related to all your dental things or eyes. If there is any kind of problems that is going here, you may see more healing and very very positive progress in these places. Those who are in any work related to speaking, teaching, investments, financial advisors, you will see a very prosperous growth, or your business will also heal with very positive great news as well. Later, Venus will enter into Bharani Nakshatra. Now, Bharani Nakshatra is the nakshatra of Venus himself. Second house is the house that is related to family. Family expansion also is seen from this house. If you're thinking of family expansion, sometimes as simple as, uh, someone in your family is getting added, like you, maybe your family member is getting married, or maybe you are expecting for a childbirth. Such kind of things are also and can be planned between 13th of June till 26th of June. I'm not saying that in 13 days you will get married and you'll get a child, but you can initiate the process, because when the planets are in the right spot, you will see right things are manifesting for you. When it comes to the placement of Venus in the second house and in the Bharani nakshatra, it is a nakshatra of Yama. uh, Sorry to say this, but in many cases you also see that some of the family members who may be the elder siblings of your mother, because this is the house of the elder siblings of the mother. This is also the house that is related to um, you know like some people who are elders in your family. Actually, many people, many things, if you relate it, it is many things. Can also have health problems, and then also be going to hospitals or stuff like that during the time when Venus is in Bharani nakshatra. So you may have sudden ups and downs in your life, and oh my god, this is happening, or maybe some demise happens, or maybe some kind of problem happens. So that is a possibility here. When Venus, the lord of the eighth house, goes to the second house and aspects the eighth house, there is possibility that if there is any inheritance, anything that documents is missing, any kind of paperwork has to be done, some hidden research you want to do, that what the hell happened, how it is not in my favor, that favor, that is also a very benefit time for all the Pisces ascendant people. Later, Venus will move into Kritika Nakshatra. Now, Kritika Nakshatra is the nakshatra of Surya Dev, Sun, and Sun is the sixth house lord. That means as soon as Venus enters here, and in family matters, if anyone is your enemy, your siblings are your enemy, your anyone who's creating an enemy kind of a, portraying themselves as enemy, the nakshatra of Sun, sixth house lord, the nakshatra, this fire is the, powerful axe, sharp blade. This is how your powerful tongue will be, your powerful communication will be, that you will cut them into million pieces. You will not be, not literally, don't go and chop them. I'm saying from your speech. One person, Rohiji, commented that you say your enemy will be like, they will be dying. I told in some video. He's like, sir, oh, you said in that video, my enemy did not die. I was waiting for. I was waiting for the enemy to die, but he did not die. He's still alive, sir. What do we do? Any remedy for this? My God. Sometimes you come across such things that, you can just laugh over it. It is a comment on the channel, Roji. I replied to it that no, it literally did not mean enemy will die. It means their actions towards you will die, not like they will die. So, so anyways, yeah. Sorry. Oh my god. Anyways, moving forward, if 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 evil plotting of family members regarding you, regarding inheritances, regarding something is happening, their actions will end. So they will not die, actions will end. That kind of scenario is happening for all the Pisces ascendant people. All the best, guys. I think I cannot continue. I need to have a break, Rohitji. Wait. Back, Rohitji. I'm back. I don't want to laugh anymore. Anyways, so here, as soon as Venus enters into the Kritika Nakshatra, there is lot of problems that will come to the enemies. So let's stop it there. Later, Rohitji, you will see that Venus will enter into the sign of Taurus. Many people who are applying for any kind of visa, any kind of things that will help them with travel, any kind of things that is related to documentation, any kind of things that is related to government, you will see progress in that area also. So all the best, guys. Do at your own pace. Astrology for beginners, we have 16 astrology classes with 40 plus hours of lectures and 1 hour of free appointment after that. So I hope that once you join this, you will be amazed and get an appointment also. So what are you waiting for? All the best, Rohitji. Thank you so much for your patience and it's long video. Thank you, Rohitji. Thank you so much for this. Rohitji.
Thank you very much to all the family members also. And as Akashji told in the video that you have two options. Either you can subscribe, and the second option is also subscribe. So A is subscribe, B is subscribe. You can opt anyone, no other option. Thank you very much. And Venus video can be such a elaborative video along with nakshatras. I never think of this thing, but yes, we get lots of insight into these 30 days from 31st May to 29th June, and further the next transit was also very interesting. But before this, wait for the next video coming very soon. Mars and
Yes.
Saturn. Wait for that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akashji. We'll
Thank
meet you in some
you.
next video. Till then,
Jai
Jai
Shri
Shri Ram.
Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata Di, Jai